putting a flamethrower behind my team the same mistake that the enemy is making? Screw it, I'm pretty sure we'll be fine. Worst case scenario, we torch a couple of drunken Russians as they're fighting hobbits. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Totally Accurate Battle Simulator. And for today's episode, we've got a custom campaign with some custom units. Using a mix of the workshop and the sandbox and some mods, we're gonna face off against every single faction in the game using some really weird armies. So we'll start things off with the tribal faction, who are new and improved and out in full force. I know it looks like they've got a bunch of sharpened sticks and stones and a fuzzy elephant, but we're not gonna underestimate them. We're gonna bring along the modern faction and try M16s, because nothing tears up a loincloth like an assault rifle. I know you're thinking this isn't fair, but you can never be too safe. These may be bulletproof vests and helmets that they're wearing, but I don't know. Oh no, they're spear-proof as well. Okay then, that went about as well as I'm sure all of you expected. I just wanted to see these units. It's not every day you see custom models being brought over to tabs, okay? This is something special. Now, they're not gonna give up that easy, okay? They're a very proud faction, and a lot more than just spear throwers and rock hurlers. They're also necromancers. And if we can't mow them down, then maybe we can just blow them up? I mean, we've got bazookas who are wielding actual bazookas all of a sudden, and I can afford a lot of them. Like, normally when we get something called a bazooka or a rocket launcher or something like that, it's just a musket and the shot explodes, but now this is honestly about as bazooka-y as it's gonna get. Oh, what the hell? Those dual club wielders can deflect RPGs since when? Like, I knew they were gonna be a badass. They got a big bushy beard and a skull mohawk hat, but I didn't think they were catch an RPG and ignore it kind of badass. If they can deflect rockets, then it's probably a safe assumption that they can deflect arrows. But I don't know if they can deflect void arrows, because I have no idea what the void archer is. With a name like that, I'm really hoping that it is gonna be overpowered. It looks overpowered. What a strange unit. All right, well, here's hoping that whatever you fire doesn't get tossed back at us. Oh, they shoot black holes. Okay. Oh, bit of a problem. Snuffy's a little thick in the rear, which means he doesn't fit into a black hole. Maybe you guys could just toss his salad for a bit. Just keep him on his toes. Does he have toes? Just keep him back. That's all that really matters. They'll give up eventually. There you go. Okay, so these are some terrifying units. See, now we're getting somewhere. I want to say that we fought our way to the heartland of the tribal faction. Now the last remaining Snuffies are defending Snuffy Mountain. That guy's definitely seen better days. Okay, if there's any unit that I know of that's had a good time facing off against Snuffy, it's been Apollo. Usually he sends them into the stratosphere and it's hilarious. And if we can afford more than one Apollo, then I would imagine it's gonna be 5 times as funny, maybe? He's got this new glowing divine bow. Oh, that's really different. They explode on impact. Listen, I don't really want to shoot them with stardust. I want to send them to the stars. Well, they're getting hurt. I can't tell if they're killing him or hugging him. What is happening right now? Is this the mountains doing? Is it dead? I don't know what's happening anymore. Have any Apollos died? I don't think so. They're getting tossed around, but they've managed to take out a couple of Snuffies. They're just having a really hard time hitting the giant fuzzy thing in front of them. How? Well, it took a while, but they managed to get rid of the guards, and now they've made their way into the cave. Not really sure what they're doing to the Snuffy God's butthole, guys. I'm mildly concerned. How are things going? Why aren't you shooting? It's like they're just yelling into it. I don't want to know what that echo sounds like, or smells like. I know this probably seems personal, but it's not, okay? I just need to assume direct control and unload into your taint, otherwise this is never gonna end. I think I'm hurting him? Maybe? It's really hard to tell. I've taken part of a lot of stupid battles in my time, but this might actually take the cake. He has been vanquished. Moving on to the farmer faction, who are definitely using more strategy than I would have expected from farmers. I just don't know if it's good strategy. But technically, they've got camouflage, they're hiding out in the field. We can see them, so partial credit. My main concern is with these wheelbarrows, who are gonna give all the hobbits on the bridge the bowling pin treatment. Like, these must be capitalist farmers. Okay, I have no doubt that if we send in the Soviets, then maybe the communists will prevail? Oh my god, they have little hammers and sickles. It's adorable. We can toss in a couple of Molotov cocktails. I have no doubt that that'll mix well with all the dry hay wrapped around the enemy team. You can never really have too many machine guns, to be perfectly honest. And top it off with the flamethrower. Putting a flamethrower behind my team the same mistake that the enemy is making? Screw it, I'm pretty sure we'll be fine. Worst case scenario, we torch a couple of drunken Russians as they're fighting hobbits. One of those things I never expected to say today. Okay, joke's on you, potion sellers. We're functional alcoholics. Things are going great over here. You'd really think they'd have learned their lesson by now. But you take the Blue Man group and you put them in a ghillie suit out in the field, you're still gonna see them bright as day. I think we might be able to teach them a thing or two about blending in with the shapeshifter. Not really sure what these guys do, but they're expensive and interesting. I'm not even really sure what they are. They kind of look like strange little skeletons. Okay, I think one of them turned into a doll? What just happened? So the shapeshifter is just an old man skeleton wearing pants, and they turn into a random unit. You don't know if it's gonna be a good unit or a bad unit, but for $2,000, there's a good chance that they're gonna underperform. They're gonna turn into a doll. It was like this big. This isn't technically gonna be fair, but if I'm gambling, then I don't really feel bad. We are gonna try an army of shapeshifters and see what exactly they turn into. Oh, okay. Well, we got a guy with 2 machine guns spinning around and a bunch of other stuff. Yeah, that's a little bit better. Okay, that might have been overkill, but you know what? It was worth it. Next up, we have the medieval faction. And there's no sign of the king yet, but they do have a flaming swordsman and a lot of ranged units, a lot of archers, a lot of crossbows, which I don't think we've seen before, as well as knights and squires. Here's what I'm thinking. Do you know what beats a regular old metal sword? A lightsaber. Do you know what deflects projectiles? Lightsabers. So if Obi-Wan Kenobi can't beat this, then I'm quite frankly gonna be pissed off. What's the point of having a Jedi if they can't do any of those things? Yes, deflecting is good. Yes, stabbing is great. You guys got this. Come on, you're my only hope. The deflecting is going flawlessly, but they're a little bit limp. You wouldn't expect an old man to be doing that many tumbles and rolls without calling life alert. I'm not really seeing anything else that's particularly useful against a volley of arrows. Like, you would think that bullets are stronger than arrows, so maybe we can use the modern faction again. We've got gunmen who have pistols. They might get a shot off before they get turned into porcupines. We've got shotguns. Oh, I kind of expected like a pump action, not like two handheld sawed off, but works for me. We'd even get an M16 back there, even though, was the Juggernaut the one that was spinning around with the two M16s? Yeah, I like that. Let's do something like that. Hopefully, you can shoot the enemy and not each other. You don't seem to have a whole lot of precision. You guys do realize that you're wearing Kevlar armor and wielding assault rifles and you're not actually Beyblades. Oh, the enemy's dying. I wasn't even paying attention. Yes! I think those were both headshots. How are they that precise? They're wearing buckets on their heads. And to no one's surprise, the king is none too pleased with his army getting mowed down. So he's decided to hit the battlefield himself with what I can only describe as surfboards with a hilt? What is up with those weapons in the back? You know what, this king likes to think of himself as a bit of a god, so we're gonna use gods of our own. We've got some interesting characters. We've got Neptune, we've got Thor. We might even be able to afford Ares. Yeah, what's a war without the god of war? They're gonna jump in there, or slowly walk. Neptune is really more of an ocean guy. He's not having all too much fun up here. I mean, what is up with these guys? They're swinging them around all right, but I don't think it's doing anything. Maybe? Oh, Ares is dead. His weapons are on. Oh, that's bad. Thor's down. Neptune, I don't suppose you've got an ocean nearby to flee to. That is not promising. Crap. Really? I thought for sure the Pantheon could pull this in. You know what? That's my mistake. I said that the king likes to think of himself as a god, but he's not really. No, he shouldn't be facing off against other gods. He should be facing off against other kingdoms and other kings. We're gonna have Leonidas lead some Spartans. I have no doubt that they'll be able to face off quite a bit better. We also have Spartan captains to throw into the mix. Yeah, you know what? I like this idea. I don't think they're gonna have a very good time. Those horses are gonna get tossed around. You see, the thing is, they have citizens that become an army. We have an army that sometimes becomes citizens in their spare time, but not really. I still am confused by these things, but you kick them hard enough and they fly into the stratosphere. Oh, Leonidas is down. That's not good. Oh dear. Oh, thank you. Got him right in the family jewels. And they're royal jewels at that. Thank you, Commander. I've got to hit up the sandbox before we finish this episode because there are some units that you just can't reasonably use in battle. Like the Dark Peasant. We saw the Dark Peasant last time and he didn't do anything and it was kind of weird. But now he's got glowing wristbands and he seems a whole lot less broken. So if we have him face off against everybody's favorite cannon fodder, then I'm really curious, what exactly are you gonna do? Oh. Huh. What is he doing? He's not turning them into piñatas like the Grim Reaper would. He's just kind of tickling them. I mean, deathly tickling them, but it's so weird to look at. Well, that was different. We've also made the Swordmaster look way more badass. So we gotta face off against them. And I need to see more of the shapeshifters, okay? I want these to be awesome units, but they're just so overpriced. Like, they should cost like 1,000. Maybe they should be the average. That's what it is. Like, take the average of every single unit that they can transform into, and then you have a 50-50 chance of it turning into something stronger or weaker. But right now, I feel like they're too much. I'm gonna use double, okay? We'll have 40,000 versus 20,000, and they might turn into gods, they might turn into candlemen, they might turn into skeleton giants. Oh my god, these swordmasters are completely insane. Look at this guy! He's a glowing porcupine! Why are they so fast? Like, normally, the spooky version of these guys just kind of stand there and chuck swords, but these ones fly around like Superman. I gotta try them out against a more controlled army. Okay, I use controlled in very loose air quotes. A very static army. We're gonna have them run around. Yeah, that's not really helping. It's so hard to follow them. I think they're teleporting. I think they throw their sword and then teleport to it and then throw another sword. Because there's no way they're moving around unless my eyes are blurring. This mod is amazing. I'm gonna make so many more episodes on this. You know what, I think that's gonna be it for this episode of Totally Accurate Battle Simulator, guys. And now that we have so many impressive, hilarious units, I need to figure out what I'm gonna do next. It's like I've been saying, I could do tournaments or challenges or campaigns or sandbox stuff, or I have no idea what people want to see. So be sure to leave a comment, leave a like, let me know, that kind of stuff, and I'll return for more tabs soon. Thanks so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.